Above you. What's there? No, I don't mean the ceiling, silly. I mean the sky. What's up there? Birds, of course, and planes, clouds, rain, vapor. But beyond the barrier of blue we see every day, it dwells. Space, the final frontier, the edge of human imagination, the edge of human and all life as we know it. Or do we? There's so much we still don't know about space and about everything. Theories fill the gaps like placeholders, bookmarks in science, the Big Bang, evolution, creation. Not facts, but not quite fiction. Yes, we started somewhere, but where? Will we ever know? Of course not. And these sciences we call truths, physics, biology, chemistry, astronomy, each filled with proven methods to their madness, but empty gaps, like teeth without braces. Dentistry. In science fiction, what of it? Entertainment or reality, fact or fiction, far out of reach or the future? It's up to us to decide. Is there a way to get to the farthest galaxy, to travel the skies like a bird without wings, to reach the Goldilocks zone on a planet that hasn't have a name yet, to tesseract, to travel the waves of this time, if we try hard enough to achieve it, being there? Poof. Or not. But that doesn't mean that we are useless. We've already proven this wrong. Are we all oblivious to what we have done? Automobiles. Space. Thankfully. What if there are things out there that we have never even dreamed of? Answers. No, we have means of traveling to space, but it's rather difficult to get there, not to mention expensive and time-consuming. But even if we did get into space, there isn't any place that we could call home, a planet that could be habitable. What's it called again? Earth is one of these planets, but do we know of any more like it? Okay, so we can't spread the human race. Then why is space useful to us? Is not even remotely near us, is it? You said that it was important to us years back. How? We didn't even have rockets then. Really? For what? What about the GPS? But a problem arose when night came, right? So they used the stars? Wow, that's crazy. So if we needed space then, why do we need it now? Space race? But how does space have anything to do with this war? 1958, America launched Explorer 1, our first man-made satellite into space. And then, in 1959, the Soviet launched Lunar 2, the first space probe to hit the moon. No, we did. We were just behind the Soviets for much of the space race, until President John F. Kennedy declared that we had to get to the moon. After that, the space race heated up, and we did the impossible. Humanity got to the moon. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Glad you asked. I do know a bit about this. Space affects us today in many forms. Have you ever looked at the stars and wondered what magic lay beyond you above? Of course you have. You're a human, I hope. And humanity is prone to wondering about things that we have never experienced, such as soaring through the stars like our planetary neighbors. On a more scientific side, space travel and satellites allows for us on Earth to collect information not about our own solar system, as one might think, but involving our own world. You know those fancy new phones that everyone's talking about? Impossible without satellites to connect them to other phones all around the world. And did you know that without space, many of our world's natural rhythms would not exist? Well, more like all of the natural rhythms wouldn't exist. Well, the moon does control the tides and whatnot, but more importantly, the sun. The sun, which is also a rather small star and fated to burn out eventually, controls all life on Earth. The seasons, the weather, day-night cycle, the rotation of Earth, food, water, everything would just be straight up gone if the sun disappeared like poof. Because without the sun's gravity and light, our little world right here would just be a hump of rock in space, and you would just be a bunch of atoms. Sure does. So if you ever say that space is not important, just remember when you die because the sun burns out. I warned you. Yes, Mars shows some potential as another Earth, but the only problem with Mars is that the atmosphere there is not breathable, as most of you know. If, we haven't convinced you yet that space is important, then what about space and travel in the future? That sounds interesting, no? But aren't the books and movies fiction for a reason? But how? If we can't do it yet, then will we ever be able to? Besides, you're just throwing around ideas. There's nothing solid, nothing fact. Space might not seem important, but it is. Not only is it in the future, it's important, but now, and in the past, it's always been important. So really, once humans put their minds to something, it shall happen? So you're saying the sky's the limit.